I just got done watching the new movie of Bill and Ted Face the Music. Oh boy. I can't lie to you. I can't lie to you. Bill and Ted, welcome everyone. Welcome to this new movie review of Bill and Ted Face the Music. And I gotta tell you, I can't keep a straight face on this one. If you're looking to see a good movie, and if you are a fan, a big fan of Bill and Ted, you are going to fucking love this movie. Later on in the movie, before we get to this here, I want to say, spoiler alert. If you have not seen the movie Bill and Ted Face the Music, you don't want to watch this, because this video is all about spoilers, okay? So I'm giving you just a second to click off this video. Okay, still there? No, yes. You want to hear music? You want to hear it? Okay. Spoiler alert, they all die. Game over. World ended. Kidding. Death. The guy that played on the guy that played Death on the old movie of Bill and Ted. He apparently it's a different guy that plays as Death. And by the way, the audio as the video is crackling a little bit, it's the headphones, and there's nothing I can do about it. But yeah, just want to throw that out there. Apparently, the guy that played Death, either he didn't want to play on that movie Bill and Ted Face the Music, or he passed away or something. The guy that played that blonde-headed guy, now we understood he passed. As far as I know, we understood. I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that he passed away in real life, and before they made this movie, Bill and Ted Face the Music, and they was trying to find a replacement, trying to find a guy that looks and sounds just like him. Well, apparently they found a guy that sounds and looks just like him, and everybody was kind of thinking, well, this guy may not be that good, he may not be. I know they're trying to replace the guy that passed away, but I don't think he's going to actually work. Well, I'm here to tell y'all, it actually did work. And I haven't I haven't seen those other movies of Bill and Ted in a long time, and I don't know what the blonde-headed guy's voice sounded like in a long time ago, but when I hearing the blonde-headed guy's voice on this movie, it actually sounds like him, really does, and I got to say, bravo! Bill and Ted has grown up, and the two girls that are princesses on the other movie, they got married to Bill and Ted, and Bill and Ted wound up having two daughters. Well, not two daughters of each, but Bill and Ted had daughters of their own, and they grew up nicely, very nicely, And at first, when I first saw the trailer, of their daughters and everything, I was sitting here thinking like, well, I don't think this is actually going to work, and it's not going to be that great, But actually, Bill and Ted's daughter actually grew on me faster than I thought. They was actually great actors, The guy that played Death on this movie, he was actually damn good, really damn great, and you could tell that he was not, it didn't sound like it was the same guy that played Death on the old movie of Bill and Ted, but they go back and talk about what happened, by him, Bill and Ted being pissed off at Death, and what Death went off and done, and they said that they was mad at Death and Death was mad at them, and the band split up because of all that, and Bill and Ted's mom, or one of their mom went off and got married to another guy, and so Bill and Ted was sitting here playing some music, sitting here actually jamming and trying to play some music, and it sounds really good, it sounds really great, but even their daughters was sitting there listening to it and was rocking to it because they loved it, it was sounding really great. But then I think Bill or Ted, one of their dads, did not like it at all, and half of the people there didn't like it at all either, and so therefore, because I guess to them it sounded like crap, and it wasn't that good. So his dad wound up going off and pulling the plug, and telling his son this and that, and putting his son down, and told him that he needs to get a real job, get out and get a real job, and then all of a sudden, this girl travels through time, and it looks like she comes in. It looks like a big egg, and a white egg, and she goes off and talks to, and they go off and visit with their daughters, and she comes and talks to Bill and Ted and tells them that her mom needs to talk to them, and she said she's always about to pass and this thing. And she's like, and she said, well, I don't know about that. She's like, it don't sound very good at all, you know. So all of a sudden, uh, their kid, their daughters was in the house, you know, and the daughters saw everything that was going on, and what was said, you know, and they thought that their dads were in big trouble, and so they went back to the people, you know, and they said, "What have you done?" And then this and that, you know, they didn't know what was going on, and then found out that the world was at stake, and that they made a song that they apparently they made a song and found, and then just to find out later on, Bill and Ted didn't make a song, their daughters made the song, and their daughters helped them out, and so they was traveling in different times, you know, because Bill and Ted was going through therapy with their wives, and and there's one the therapist lady was wanting them to tell their wives that they love them, saying I love you, and instead of saying we love you, you know, and it wasn't working out with him and his wife, you know, and with them and their wives, you know, and so they had to leave the room, you know, so they can talk to the therapist by themselves, you know, and they traveled different times and worlds, you know, and they kept finding themselves drunk, messed up, their marriage divorced and everything else. Their wives went off and left them and was traveling different worlds, you know, to see about finding somebody else, and it didn't work, you know, and etc. And they wouldn't talk to them or nothing, and found out their daughters had nothing to do with them either, and it kept getting worse and worse, you know. Their daughters went off, and that girl came back and talked to their daughters, and told their daughters what was going on, and so she sat there and told them, she'll tell you what, she said, their daughters like, tell her, and tell you what, you stay here, and we'll take your machine, and we'll go off and try to figure out what's going on, and try to get a band together, you know, and because we're trying to help our dad out, dad's out, and they said okay, and she's okay. So they went and looked around. It took them a while, but they wound up getting a big ass band together, and they came back to her, and apparently her mom sent out a robot to kill Bill and Ted, thinking if they killed Bill and Ted, that would help the world, and we can go into chaos. Which found out later on, when he actually do succeed in killing Bill and Ted and sending them to hell again, to find out it didn't work, and the world is at chaos still, and the world is trying to end because of it. So so the robot goes off and accidentally kills Bill and Ted's daughters and the whole band that they were trying to put together, and sends them to hell. And he talks to Bill. He finally talks to Bill and Ted, you know, and he sat there and said, "I made a mistake. I made a mistake." And he said, "What do you mean?" I killed your family." He said, "What do you mean you killed our family? What are you talking about?" He's like, "I killed your daughters." "What'd you do to them?" "I sent them to hell." And he's like, "We got the music." And they said, "You got the music, great." And he said, "But I failed. The system's failing, you know, this and that and all kinds of stuff like that, you know." And then all of a sudden he's like, and they say, "Well, you got the music, I can't do it, you know. And I was like, he like breaks it in half, you know, and he says, well, screw that music, it's gone, it's broken. And all of a sudden he says, I can't do it. He's like, I'm gonna have to kill myself, you know. And he's like, no, don't do it. And he's like, kill us, shoot us. He said he can't do it, and he aimed his fist at himself, and then Bill and Ted grabbed a hold of him, and when he did, he shot all three of them instead, and sent them all three to hell. And their wives saw what happened, because they was traveling, because apparently they was traveling in time as well. And he came back and got the wives and helped the wife and trying to do all kinds of crap. You know, just a lot of traveling through time and all that mess. You know. They eventually get to hell. You know, and they talk to their daughter, you know, and so they meet up with everybody and talk to everybody, you know, and they said, we're gonna get us out of here. And they said, oh, how are you gonna do that? And they said, we're gonna talk to Death. Wait a minute, ain't Death pissed out and mad at y'all? He said, yeah, Death is mad at us, but we're mad at him too. And so they had a good little argument and everything, you know. And eventually they talked to their daughter. The daughters talked to Death themselves, and they got their dads to come in there and talk to him and apologize to him for what happened, because apparently Bill and Ted was suing Death for what he did, you know, and so therefore they apologized to him for it, and they got the band back together, and then all of a sudden they got the whole band into the truck, and along with that robot, and they went back up there, and they sit there and they said, okay. And they said, well, we can't, we don't know how to do that. We don't have the music. We failed, you know. And then all of a sudden they looked at the chip, and it had two different names on each chip. And he said, no way. He said, and she said, what? She's like, we're not the one who created this music. And he's like, she said, what are you talking about, Dad? She's like, of course you made the music. And he said, no. It was you. He's like, our daughters. He said, you guys are the one that made the music. He said, we're your back. And he said, we're just your backup. We're here to back you guys up. You're the one who created it. So they go up and they're going around trying to get some instruments. You know, they had to go through travel through time some more. You know, to give people their instruments back. You know, and so they while their dad Bill and Ted's going to do all this here, their daughters are going and making the music. You know, getting it all fixed up and everything. When they finally got it going, actually sounds very fucking fantastic, really good. Changed the world and everything. Everything went back to normal like it's supposed to be. The world wasn't destroyed. It was going back to normal. It wasn't going to get destroyed or anything. The movie was really, really. I mean, at the end of it, is a tearjerker. Is a tearjerker. I mean, if you watch this movie, especially at the end of it, you're gonna need some tissues, because this movie, it was very fucking good. Bill and Ted, the guy the long red black-headed guy. If you don't know who he is, if I'm not mistaken, he plays on the movie The Matrix, and he was a damn good actor. They're all good actors in the movie. damn freaking good actors, and I'm hoping they make another movie like that again, because if they do, I'm going to watch it. So, what do I rate this movie? What do I give this movie? Well, everyone, this might come to a shock to you. I'm going to give this movie 2 thumbs up. 5 fucking stars, baby. And I'm giving this movie a 10 out of 10. This movie is the most fucking awesomest movie ever. I don't care what anybody says. This movie is a must-watch movie. I strongly recommend you either buying this movie or renting this movie. It is well worth the money. And when I get a chance to, I am going to take my advice and I'm going to go out and buy the movie. It is that damn good. And I would definitely would sit here and watch it multiple times, because that's how good the movie really is. The movie cost me to rent on PS4 $5 or $6, and that wasn't really bad at all. It was very well worth it, worth the money. So yeah, I may be kissing the movie's ass and the developer's ass, but I don't give a shit. The movie was that fucking good. And especially the acting, the voice acting, and the actors on that movie. Bill and Ted's Daughters was very outstanding. They did a damn good job, and you can definitely tell that they were definitely Bill and Ted's daughters, because the way they was talking and the way they was acting, and and the movie is damn fucking good. And if you're looking for a movie that'll make you laugh and entertain you, this is the movie to fucking do it. It is that good. And I strongly recommend anybody renting the movie or buying the movie. Thank you all for watching this review. And I also gotta do something here real quick. Bought it for $8 last night at the county fair. I thrown it out of the shoulder, but I wanted that teddy bear. Sister, see sugar pie on the dollar and the deer. I ain't sleeping dreams in those games all year. I cross them down and fired. If I don't get some sleep, it's gonna but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. I try so hard, I can't stand above it. I don't know what it is about the little gal's loving, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. My mama and daddy tried to teach me courtesy. But they don't say the games, but the girl got a hold of me. Yeah, those mirrors and open up doors. They changing out the trash and I sleep in my clothes. I'm crossing my fingers. If I don't get no kiss, with little deed of here, tell them not come in on this, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. I try so hard, I can't stand above it. Don't know what it is, but a little gal love it, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. Got that Pokemon truck, and this truck, from this boat is watch TV. Yeah, this is just on the sofa, to put it a little closer, getting enough of me. Yeah, I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. I try so hard, I can't stand above it. Don't know what it is, but a little girl's loving, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. Come on, baby. You know who I like. Yeah, I like that. Mm-mm-mm. Don't forget to turn out the lights, son. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night. Be safe. Wash those hands. Stay healthy. And I'll catch you on the next one. What? Wasn't entertaining for you?